Commence.
First things first, let's talk about facts and works. Your boy mash no works. Talk about guns, we on that work. Never. And to make shit worse, I got all five, that's real blood first. He got zinged and he got burst. Next outcome getting put in.
Yes, sir. What's good, guys? Your boy Hugo the Savage back again for another Hangover show live. Yes, it's a day late, but listen, there's the princess's birthday, like that. But we're running it back today, man. I hope everyone's good out there, man. It's not usually Monday morning, but it's Tuesday morning, man. I hope everyone's doing good on a Tuesday, like that. And taking care of themselves. Hope you've had time to recover from the weekend, whatever football fan you are. Big up Zabiri in the chat. What are you saying, brother? You on mute? You on mute? I can't hear you. He is there, bro. Hollywood Zabiri and that man's on mute. Okay, so we'll run it back very soon, man. Let me know when you're ready, brother, and I'll jump back in, like that. But, yeah, man, big up to everyone inside, man. Yeah, listen, a little bit different today, man. Probably just gonna cover a few topics and that. I don't know if the roundup and stuff is as necessary as it was before because we've had a couple of days removed since the weekend of football. No one really Sunday games is what it is, but you know what I mean. So let's get it.
Assemble.
Can you speak, bro? Nah, Zabiri's trolling, bro. Man, what's going on, bro? Bare technical difficulties and that, bro. Man, again, no intro next time, But yeah, man. As I said, a couple of days removed from the weekend, so I don't want to exhaust the content. You know what I'm saying? And it's fair to everyone. I missed a day, so it is what it is. But yeah, I don't want to exhaust the content, man. I think people have spoke about, especially those Liverpool fans. This show is for everyone, but it's mainly Liverpool fans over here. We've exhausted all of that. So when we do speak about Liverpool today, I'd rather speak about success going forward and our keys to that. The roundup of the weekend as well. But yeah, mainly just a few topics, man. Because as I said, once it's a day removed for me, bro, I'm not really interested. My mind's already focused onto the next games coming for everyone. That's Champions League, Europa League, and the following weekend. So, but big up Zabiri. What you say, man?
Can you hear me now?
Can hear you now, man.
Oh, thank God, man. I thought VAR got to the tapes, I'm trying to say. I thought them man audited the audio, them ones.
Nah, man, you're good.
But no, what I was saying earlier, I needed the show yesterday. Obviously, I sent out the bat signal, the crew assembled.
Yes,
man. Appreciate you guys. But the knock-on effect I was talking about is sometimes we need to talk about these things as soon as possible, not kind of let them linger. But
yeah,
I think enough was said yesterday, and a lot of people shared their thoughts. But the Hangover show was needed because, bro, I think most football fans was hungover, fans of Liverpool or not, bro. I think the whole world was just, bro, man was leaning, bro, off that one game, man, like, I can take 6 shots in a day, I'm saying, I'll throw them back, I'll kill a bottle of Hennessy, I can watch a whole weekend of football, bro. After the Liverpool game, bro, man was hungover. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
how
think
to process
sometimes.
football anymore.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's just the realization that even if you want to troll another team, whatever issues happen could happen to your team, and it. So everyone's like, listen, it might not even be best to be doing that this week in case next week it happens to us, bro. And obviously for some of the other teams, things have already happened to them this season. What's cost them points or a chance to win a game or draw. Um, and yeah, as we spoke about yesterday, man, listen, at the top end of the table, you'll have like if this happens against a lesser team, the lesser team will say, well, for us, stuff go against us because we're a smaller team. And for those teams, it's the matter of being relegated or not, which is, and you brought this up more than anything when you talk about the knock-on effects. It's the matter of being relegated. We know when teams are relegated, first of all, man's wages get slashed to 50%, but on top of that, people in your club who are working there, well, the revenue goes down in it. So then people start losing their jobs and all that, bro. So obviously, sometimes people can go, "Oh, yo, you're going too far. You're being too serious about." It. I'm like, nah, bro. Like it needs to be spoke about, bro. And that's kind of how we have to do it, man. But yeah, it's very interesting, man. You are right. It's an interesting feeling, man. This weekend feels a bit weird, bro. But onwards and upwards from here, innit? I guess.
Yeah, definitely. It's when these decisions happen, you're either one of three positions. Either you're, when you say relegated, you're talking about you have to now consolidate and minimize expenses. So now you're
Yes.
limited, or you're not affected, which probably one of the lucky fews that's not affected. Or
Mm-hmm.
two, you're on the up and you get to expand and express yourself. Because one of the interesting topics that I wanted to touch on, football in general, when you
Mm-hmm.
win this early in the season and you're
Yeah.
doing like a lap of honor, is that what the game is really about? Because I heard a Chelsea fan said, "Damn man, I really wanted a lap of honor after we won, their game," and I'm just like, "Wait, what? You you beat a dead team 2-0 and you wanted a lap of honor just because they've been so starved of victory. They felt
Yeah.
like any victory deserving of bringing the wife and kids out and doing the rounds." And I'm just
It's
like,
strange, and
is that what we are with
it's it's
football? Where
it's weird because I said this to you I said it to you the week before, and I mean I don't really care about what people think, but at the same time, when I'm trying to explain stuff, people think I'm coming across as like, oh, salty and weird, and I'm not now, but I'll do the same if it's my team, bro. I'm like, yo, you can't be that starved of things that you're doing this, bro. Because I'm watching some of the lesser teams win big games and not do lap of honors and that, bro. Yeah, I mean, I watched like you'd say that Wolves are not a big team, but they've been in the Prem for a minute now. They beat Man City,
yeah,
bro. They went up to their fans and clapped their fans and left, bro. They didn't. They didn't start a concert, bro. They just left.
I feel like it might just be, let's say, top half and bottom half of the table. So like a lesser team beating a big team, there's still a man, we can get relegated, so let's
Yeah,
not bring
yeah,
out the
yeah,
wife and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
kids
yeah,
in
yeah.
game 7. You know what I'm trying to say? Oh, let's do this in game 38. Like beating City on the final day to stay up, yeah, that's a lot of honor.
That's a
But
lot more.
beating
Yeah,
City 5 games in, it's like, yeah, let's not bring the wife and kids out because we might be
yeah,
going down. You know what I'm
yeah.
trying to
You know
say?
what
But when
that is,
the big
Billy? It's
team is
because
starved,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
getting
because
that first win, you're like, yep, we're back. And
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah. Yeah.
bro, it's
Because if you're
one
that
win
team,
in
it's like
7.
yeah, it's like 3 points are 3 points on it. So for them, it's like we just need 3 points. We didn't really care if it came against City or not. For Wolves as well. Remember, me and you were watching the game at the same time. You know what a big scalp it would have been? They lost to Liverpool, yeah, but they had a great first half. They they should have got something from the Man U game, but VAR took them out. They beat Wolves. I mean, they beat Man City, bro. They've been all right, bro. Like Wolves have been one of them teams that they've been playing decent football and not getting the results for it. And so I think for them, yeah, it's a weird thing, man. The psychology part of football is mad. I did sports psychology and I still don't get it, bro. Like we know that just because you beat the best team doesn't mean you can go and beat all the bottom teams in the league. But when you see certain performances, the first thing you say when you're watching it is, "What if you play like this every week or close to it? You'll never get relegated because it shouldn't happen." But it's the psychological part of getting up for it and the fact that it's Man City we're playing against. We're gonna have to go all out here, treat it like a cup final. I think if a lot of them lower league teams at the bottom did that early in the season and got their victories in, they'll stay safe because we've seen that for a few seasons where teams have like battered people at the beginning of the season, won quite a few games. Even for one of them teams, even 5 wins or 4 wins out of like 11 games, bro, is big for them, bro. Because some of them, I mean, Luton just got their first victory. Burnley still haven't got a victory yet. I don't think Sheffield's got one either. So it's like, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's a mad place, man. It's a mad place, bro. But as I said, I definitely want to chop up with you today, especially around Liverpool. We'll go into the Spurs game, but I don't want to talk about any of the VAR stuff at all. I more want to talk about stuff that I see keys to us succeeding in the league going forward. Because I saw some stuff in that game that confirmed what I already knew, but I understood why other Liverpool fans weren't excited about it and thought that we couldn't do certain things. I know you was, because you said yourself that the transfer window was 10 out of 10, so you didn't have the same worries as everybody else. When everyone was begging for centre backs, and I was on your side as well. I didn't ask for any centre back. I just wanted what we got. I was happy with straight away. So I get to chat, and then we'll run that still, and then we'll do the roundup after. But as I said, a lot of it's been covered already. So big up Anna. Come on now, Spurs Anna and that. My DMs were a mess after the game. Originally, I was agreeing with what was being said. Then it turned into me being shameless and a fraud as expected. I didn't hold my tongue.
Wait, stick up pin. No, wait, stick up pin before you go. Let me just absorb this comment. Big up Anna. I don't remember me ever saying big up Anna, but I'm bigging you up today. Not because of the victory, because of this comment. She said she felt shameless the way she was acting in that. Hey Anna, let me tell you something. I've never seen you like this, and this is why we rate football. You know what I'm trying to say? How many moments do you get to be shameless?
Exactly.
Run it. Anna, run it. You don't even got Europe. Run it. All week, I need you to be shameless. I need you to be telling men all kinds of trash. This is your moment. Don't let it pass and wait till 2 weeks later. You're trying to run it back, because guess what? It's null and void. It's only good for 7 days till the next game.
7 days, exactly.
Anna, you might not be feeling good about it later on in life, but this is your moment. Run the shamelessness. You think I can win like this? And men tell me, well, we need to do something about the ref. Now I'm team ref. I'm telling you right now, Savage, I'm team ref. Like that would have been Tottenham, 9 men, and we end up smoking them out 19-0 or something like that. Bro, I'm team ref. I'm team ref, bro. I'm back in the PGMOL and all that, bro. Now listen, let me not go overboard, because we're the victims. Hey,
the funny thing is, remember that
it could not be me.
The last game before that was the North London derby, innit? And if you remember, bro, Spurs fans the week before were moaning about decisions in that game, why they didn't win. So, I don't want to tell man how to be football fans, because one, first of all, if you're not a Liverpool fan, I care less. And then two, I don't even care about what Liverpool fans say, to be fair. Like, that's up to you, innit? But the way I am, bro, I call everything out, and I'll just tell man, yeah, bro, that was a goal.
But is it me or you on mute, man?
Nah, it's me, bro. It's me. The Premier League trying to cut me off, man.
Telling you, man, they auditing the audios lately, man. But yo, the shameless thing, though, man. Listen, you only get windows in this game to cry and celebrate and be shameless and get your views or your shots off, or even hide your face. It's literally up until the next game. So if it's a shameless moment, you have up until the next game. So Anna, cashing on all the shameless talk.
I agree, yeah, because when we beat Man U, remember we had a terrible season. We beat Man U 7-0, we beat Leeds 6-1, we beat Bournemouth 9-0, we beat Rangers 7-1, all in the one season while we were terrible in it. I'm not like the rest of the Liverpool fans, so I didn't start doing the 7 hog and 7 ups. I didn't do that. I didn't really care, to be honest. But I get why everyone done it, because it was like, listen, bro, it ran out the week after, but we lost to Bournemouth 1-0. So and the thing is, Spurs fans know this is what I think. Obviously, with Spurs, it's a little bit different, because I think half of their fan base, not half, but I think a big majority of the fan base are trying to convince themselves that the start means that we're onto like massive things. Some people are convinced that like, yo, the start just says to us that we've got a manager that we like, and we got football star that we like back, and we haven't had this since Pochettino. And I think we can get back in Europa League or Champions League. and fight for a trophy, which is, I'm not telling them to lower their expectations, but that is a good expectation for Spurs. One, you're going to have to, 1 point, you're going to try and get a trophy, and 2, get back into Europe. And then you just have the complete shameless ones who think they're going to win the league. Either way, they're happy at the moment. Enjoy it. But you don't want to do, like, the biggest game they've got next is the game on the weekend, bro. You don't want to beat Liverpool, go through all of that. You drew with Arsenal, and then you beat Liverpool the game after. You do not want to go and lose the next game to, like, you know, if you go lose to, like, Burnley or someone like that, bro, null and void. No one cares about Liverpool performance anymore. It's dead in the water, bro. And then whenever you come back to a Liverpool fan, it's going to be like, listen, bro, you just got smoked by Burnley. Ain't trying to hear what you said. So run it, bro. And I know Anna's a good fan as well, man. So you just enjoy it, innit? Because Anna said she was worried about their team this season. I remember her saying about the defense didn't get shored up and that at the time. So it is what it is, man. But Captain Sal, big up, bro. The Prem has lost its all integrity to me. I'm now more invested in Europe. Let's win Europa and go win Champions League. Prem is stepping stone to get in the Champions League. That's all. I ain't gonna lie, bro. UEFA itself probably has less integrity than the Premier already, bro. So the UEFA is a mess, bro. But it's whatever you enjoy in it, man. Like the bad calls, they've always been happening. You know what I mean? And I think, I don't know, but it probably just feels worse because we seem like we had turned the corner and playing pretty good football. But listen, we got Brighton on the weekend. Let's see what we go and do there. Make a difference in it, and then just carry on with the, you know what I mean, with the run. Because let's be honest, bro, the unbeaten record's nice to have and all that, bro, but it's not like a actual record where no one's ever done it before. So it's only a record to us Liverpool fans, and everyone is already on the agreement that, yeah, man, the goal should have stood when we would have got something out of the game, so we still would have been unbeaten. So there's no need to feel sour about it. Just run it and carry on. Big up honesty, bro. Anna said, I understand people kicking off at the Premier League and VAR, fine, no problem. But when it comes to personal attacks and the club I support, I draw the line. My sympathy disappear quick. Oh, people attacking you in your DMs. I get what you mean, though. Yeah, I said that yesterday. I think Zuri said the same. I said, like, I never made any argument against Spurs themselves yesterday. Spurs didn't cheat. So you just played your football, bro. You know what I mean? They didn't Spurs didn't make Matip score an own goal. And they didn't send Curtis off. They didn't send Jota off. And they didn't block Diaz's goal. So for them, just carry on with the day, innit? You know what I mean? So paying ESL. Yeah, it's corrupt, bro. It's always corrupt, man. Anna said, thanks, Zabiri, but I was never being shameless before the game. I was honestly thinking we was going to lose, but I was given trash badly. Every team has decisions go against them. The irons out over the season. You make a good point. I have to say, though, Anna, I know everyone says that it evens itself out. I don't believe so, man. It's easy to say that, innit? Because they go, everyone's gonna. It really doesn't even itself out, bro. Because if a VAR decision goes in your favor, but it's actually the right decision, then it didn't go in your favor, bro. They just did their job properly, and that's what people do to Liverpool all the time. They're like, "Oh, VAR helped you." I'm like, bro, was it a handball and was it a foul? Because if it was, it didn't go in my favor, bro. It's just what it is, bro. So I don't believe it irons itself out, man. But we'll see for sure, man. Zabiri, I want to talk to you. The keys to Liverpool's success. What I saw in that game was a compact defensive unit, bro. And it was very hard to break down. We're used to playing against teams that are hard to break down themselves. And a couple of teams over the years they've escaped an away game or a one-off against Anfield by hitting a low block or whatever, and then we can't score a goal in the game and the time runs out. I don't expect to play football like that every week, of course, because we won't be down to 9 men every week. But it does show that if Liverpool choose to be compact and resolute and disciplined in what they do, it took an own goal to score in it. There's games, bruv, where we score and we carry on doing the gun-ho thing all game, bruv, and we don't have no time off of just full out attacking and that, bruv. I don't want to just sit back completely, be on the front foot, but I think I'm thinking about going forward and winning the league or winning the league more often, because obviously trophies ain't as much games and that, bruv. But I think if we defend like we did, bro, and more compact, because we let them have the ball on the wing, innit? I think we
Yeah,
can
we
win.
did the same with Chelsea as well when they was
Yeah.
doubling up, and we lost, but in the same breath, we've learned a lot about
Hmm.
Spurs, and he's if he gets into the top four, he'll probably be praised, but I don't think it'll be justified because the way the own goal
Who gets
came,
into?
it was the first time they. If Tottenham
Yes.
gets into the top four, Big
Hmm.
Andrew will get praised, but I won't praise him because the way the own goal came about, it's the first time they've done the overlap, and
Yeah.
Oro whipped it in.
Yeah.
Bro, they've just been doing the same stalemate thing. Kulusevski cut back in on the right, gets nothing out of it. They did that for
Yeah.
70 minutes and got nothing from it. So
Yeah.
that tells me, they still got a lot to work on, bro. How you can't break down 10 men, bro? How you can't break down 9 men?
Yeah.
Says a lot about them, bro. So they're not really it per se. But listen, Liverpool, I think it was a good training session defensively. We've already known we're definitely
Hmm.
hard to beat. And I think what this did, it was just one of them ones where, yeah, we lost, but we still went through the motion of enduring training session in game. Because that was definitely can you defend with 9 men in training type of game. And we've seen it, man. Look really good. I like the idea of Hendo, um, Gravenberch, and Sabazalai as the midfield three.
Hmm.
I think Klopp can take them three from that game and go, you're good enough to start. You're good enough to be the three that we need in
Hmm.
midfield. Because if you can do this in a 9-man team, bro, surely you can do it in an 11-man team. You know what I'm saying? So
I
I'll
agree.
whole Klopp take that from it, bro. And the defenders, bro, solid. Matip, leggy, been on the back foot for what, an entire half
Hmm.
plus 90 minutes, bro. It's yeah, bro, it's just a lucky moment, bro. And it's just one of them ones where us as Liverpool fan, it wasn't a draw. It's 5 wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. Still not bad.
Yeah.
Still not bad.
Liverpool going forward off that game, what we learned from because I think say what we learned from the game, more confirmation in it, and for the people that didn't think we could do certain stuff. Because remember, all man have been saying, even with winning games, they'd be like, "But we can't defend." They can defend, bro. But what we're used to seeing is big spaces between the Liverpool defenders, and that's where the lines open up. Obviously, we were way compact, have the ball on the wings, and do what you want with it. I saw a little bit that when Trent came on, he had to learn pretty fast that to stay compact because he kept stepping out and they just ran past him like he weren't there. And he had to keep turning and running back. I think, and we'll talk about different stages of Liverpool. We'll talk about winning the league even if we don't end up winning it, man. But one of the biggest things for me is now that Gomez isn't playing world-class football, but he's playing really good defensively, and he's been at right back most of the time. Trent's still our main right back. And I think if we're on the front foot in games, i.e. winning the game or playing better or whatever like that, and he gets to a certain point in the game, I think that Trent normally doesn't normally ever get subbed off in it unless something happens. I don't know, man. I don't think we need to go gun-ho every game, bro, and try and smoke the team out there, bro. If it's one of them games we struggle to get the goal in the first place and it's on a knife's edge, at that point, and their left wing's doing the madness, I'll bring him on. I'll bring Gomez on, bro. And just show up the defense, bro.
And that would be the in-game applause that you can give certain manager. Because bringing on Skip in a game where, it's in your favor to go get a goal, and you're bringing on a guy like Skip, it said to me that, this guy is taking this moment to not burn sun out. This guy's taking a moment to, bro, surely we'll get something out of the game. Even if it's a draw, it's still not a bad result at home, drawing to Liverpool. So I do like when managers do that. But in the same breath, bro, some of these players, man, they want to get the stats up. You know what I'm trying to say? And it's a fine balance. But I do agree with you. Even in some games where, bro, you can look at the game and the fixture and be like, Gomez can do a job. Trent, you know what I'm trying to say? Take a break. just shit like that. I would love to see more. Probably don't want to see too much of like Salah and dog when it comes to the Prem.
No, I
But
agree.
we've always been said this. We've always been said this. Yo, surely there's games for Simicast in the league. Surely there's games, for Kelleher in the league. At least 8 games, bro. If you look at the three newly promoted team, Kelleher can run them 6 games, bro.
Yeah, the thing is, like, in fairness to the manager, there's a lot to go with it, and because momentum's one thing as well, and changing up certain things. I think the less trophies you're in, the more the other players get more involved in the Prem games. Now, I'm not saying I want people, because I can't remember who was talking about it the other day, and forgive me whoever said it. It was one of the shows, but it's one of the man them I fuck with, innit? Don't know if it was Quasi or one of, but there's talking about resting. It's 12 man, I think, talking about resting Sabazala. And I'm like, what are you like talking about, bruv? We are 7 games into the season. Rest, bruv. Man, don't just. This is a made up thing, This is a new thing where people think that man are just out here resting their best players all the time, bro. These are professionals, bro. They train for this, bro. Like, man can get injured in training, so it's different if we're in all the league games and we're like 18 games into the season. He's played every Champions League game or Europa League game. He's played every League Cup and FA Cup game. It's a little bit different, bro. But man, I'm talking about, and I went out my way to check on different title-winning teams on it. And apart from Man City, bro, most teams don't change their team that often, bro. I'm talking about like Man U, Arsenal's invincible season as well. Man U's 2008 season, their best team, and Man City, their first 2 leagues, and then one under Pep. If you go and look at their best players and their starting lineup, bro, I promise, and anyone can go check, bro. Most of them throughout the season have played 36 Premier League games to 35 lowest, bro, unless someone was injured. Because you play your best players, bro. Do they stay on the pitch for all of the game? No, some of them come off with 10 minutes to go and stuff like that. That's pretty normal in football. And then, if there's a game what's like you've already won the league or it's a throwaway, that's when people start racking up their numbers and stuff like that. But I really checked, man. Like, I was checking like Henry and that is like 38 games and Perez was 36 and Ronaldo was 38 and Rooney was 38 and Tevez. I'm like, bro, this ain't a real thing, bro. Like, you need depth in your squad and stuff like that. But if you've got the best team to play, it almost, and unless you think that your bench matches the first lineup completely, 100%, that's completely different, bro. I think with Man City's rotation, they can play Grealish or Bernardo, they can play Foden or Grealish, bro, and they don't mind. Whereas unless you think people are on the same level, your chance in fate, bro, is you lose 3 points and you're behind, bro. And that's the bar that Man City set in Liverpool going forward. So, but what I did mean, I think, and to be fair to Klopp, he's been doing it so far this season. But I just think certain games or certain, I don't know, moments in games call for certain things, bro. Now you can't know that before you play the game, bro. So if you have a match against a team that you should be smoking, like Wolves, or you think that you should be better than them, and all of a sudden have a first half like that, well, imagine that's the second half, and Trent's the one. I'm not using Trent to pick on Trent, just using an example. And Trent starts at right back, and Wolves are playing like that. They're like, we need to shore up the defense because Neto's just running amok here because Trent's going forward and Neto's going down the left-hand side. Bring Gomez on, bro. Then you make the decision. Do you want to put Trent on the bench now, or do you want to put Trent in midfield and attack that way, bro, with having a sure defense behind him? Do you want to look at a game and go, I don't know about this attacking midfielder is pretty strong in what he does, but what he does is very simple. Do you want to play McAllister and have somebody who will nick the ball off someone and he'll start dribbling forward and stuff like that, but if he loses the ball, he's not a strong running back? Or do you want to start Wataru instead, who will stay in that position and he doesn't have to run back to get there? He'll already be there, bro. Because if you're looking at like strength and weaknesses of our team, they've all got great stuff. But I'll watch McAllister,
the rest
bro.
And players thing, bro.
Yeah. Carry on, bro.
The rest in players thing, it's not something you say before 10 games. Because even if you just quantify and break up the league in 4 quarters, 7 games in, and you're talking about resting a man that we rested during the cup games, in some of the cup games. you don't rest, bro. You don't rest a man after. If he's on like 30 games and we still have a distance to go in the cups and the other 8, then you can be like, yo, nah, he needs a rest. 7 games in, bro. Nah, resting man is the last thing on your mind. 7 games in. I mean, resting him in game. Okay, I'll hear that if he looks leggy.
Yeah,
but if man's up for the 90 minutes, bro, bro, that's not even a conversation I'll even entertain too much. To be honest.
People are getting paranoid. That's why, bro. They think that Szoboszlai is that so good that a man is saying, "I'll wrap him up in cotton wool." I'm like, that doesn't do anything, bro. Because as I said, and we know this, bro. Ask man, where does the majority of Liverpool's injuries come from, bro? And I'll tell you where they come from. We never saw it, bro. Man would just be like, in training, he picked up a knock. So what, you tell me that we rested a man and then in training he picks up a knock when he could have just played the game instead? So yeah, it's one of them. Yeah, Captain Sal's right. Christmas period, yeah, because you end up playing bare games in December, bro. And then you go straight into the FA Cup in January. But yeah, man, I just think in-game, that's the right time to do it, man. Show up the defense, bro. I was watching the strength and weaknesses of our midfielders and that, and there's a lot more positives, but because we don't play with, and I don't really want to get into this thing because I think it's lazy punditry from everyone now with this destroyer bullshit, bro, man. This ain't Football Manager, bro. Like, destroyer business is not a real thing, bro. There's different ways to play in the 6. Pirlo doesn't play like Gattuso. Gattuso doesn't play like Rodri. You get me? He does, and Rodri don't play like flipping Makelele, bro. They're all different. But you have to be strong at running back, bro. And I see McAllister in certain parts just nicking the ball off people, bro. Like, he just gets there next. But if you pass him, bro, it's over with. He's not getting the ball back off you, bro. And that can be an issue.
You talk about McAllister?
Yeah. Once you pass him, he's not getting if you're next to him and you get past him, he'll nick the ball off you quick, bro. And I was thinking that in the game, and while the game was on, they brought the stat on the screen for Liverpool, and he had the most tackles and the most recoveries this season, bro, of any of our players. And then Curtis was second. So that makes sense to me, bro. Although I thought Curtis might be ahead, but he's had less games. But when you pass him and you're a powerful runner, it's over, bro. And I watched Basuma do it a few times in the game. Once you passed, you can't do anything. It's the same with Maddison in certain aspects. And Maddison's not even a strong runner with the ball, but once they're ahead, you can't really do anything. So you have to shore that up, man.
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Because here's the thing. What you just said about McAllister, it's a yes or no. We can say that about Fab, right? That was the case as well.
Yeah, Fab last season.
All right. So I'm gonna ask you another question. Forget about the 6. Forget about those 2 players. If you're a right back and a man get past you, how many right backs, barring Kyle Walker, is getting you or getting back?
Wan-Bissaka. What side does my man play on? Shit, man. My man, Max Allen play right back or left back?
I think he plays both, but yeah, Max Aaron's is right back. But
Max
but here's the thing, though.
Lamptey.
Basically, what I'm trying to get at is, in football, once a man has passed you, bro, very few footballers have that recovery pace and that recovery ability to get back and still be a problem to the guy.
Yeah.
So when you're telling me, when people get past and you can't catch them, bro, that's part of the game as well. That means you're beat. Whether it's a body feint, whether the man shift the balls, whether it's just dribbling ability, or you weren't even close enough to be a factor. I don't care about man's recovery in a game because, Rashid or Mbappe run past you, bro. Unless you're pacey, man's gonna say you have no legs, or he can't get back, bro. The game ain't about getting back. The game was never about getting back. The game was about going forward.
Yeah, but the problem is if you're in the 6, the space that the guy has to run to is minimal, bro. So if you're positioned on the right side of the center circle as a 6 on your side, and the only space he's got to go is the grass behind you and the grass in front of Virgil and Matip or Virgil and Konate. You need to get back into that little gap, bro. Like, you've got a couple of yards to run, bro. So I'm just saying, it's not about. I'm not talking about the speed of the player. I'm talking about the strength of a player, bro. That's what you can't do.
Here's how Liverpool.
Yeah, Karen.
Here's our Liverpool play. Here's our Liverpool play, and here's why I believe McAllister is in that so-called sixth position. Jurgen Klopp says, "Yo, when Hendo plays, he's sitting too deep because Hendo and Jorginho and there's a few others DM that does it. I reckon Alvarez. When I play him, that's how I play him
West Ham.
on the game as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two different types of six. There's that six like your Conte that will get up there, up in the game and in the action, and there's the natural six is the type of six that will just drop in between your center backs when your center backs split wide. That's what Hendo is. That's what most sixes are, right?
Yeah.
But if you have a ball playing guy that can go into that position, instead of him dropping in there, he'll just be up the pitch. But that guy is conceding space behind him. We don't play with the six that doesn't. Yeah, but we don't play with the type of six that sits into that pocket. We never do.
Yeah.
And if we do that, we're conceding space in front of them. Obviously, if you're a safe playing guy, you want to concede the space in front of your six, or at least even if a guy gets it, your six is goal side. But we don't play that way. Klopp doesn't play that way. So it doesn't matter who we put into that space, they're always liable to get beaten in that same manner. And I don't know a lot of player that we can put in there that would be robust enough. No. I'm not saying what you're saying. I'm speaking to like the fans and whoever's in the chat that's seeing it in that way. I hear what you're saying, and that's why I'm trying to take it away from McAllister, because what I don't want is a narrative being drawn about that he can't play in this.
It's already there. The narrative's already there.
But people are only putting it there because they want a guy to sit in the pocket. But Liverpool don't play with a guy in the pocket.
Yeah, this
so
is
it
my
doesn't
problem.
matter who you put in there.
Yeah.
Everything you're saying about McAllister, we're gonna say it about Hendo. Bro, there's never gonna be a player we can put in there that this same narrative won't apply to, and that's what I'm getting at. So I hear what you're saying, but what I'm trying to say is, criticizing McAllister for this, it doesn't matter who we put in there; they're gonna be liable to the space behind them.
Yeah, I agree.
It's kind of like Trent with Gomez. Think about Trent and Gomez. Gomez doesn't offer enough going forward, so him going forward and conceding that space makes no sense. If we put a right back that can create a lot going forward, it's like, we just concede this space because we do it with Trent anyways. So when you're playing with certain players, you have to think about, if you're not going to create much forward, you're better off sitting back in the pocket. But Klopp is saying, bro, I know you don't offer much going forward, but I don't want you in the pocket. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why I'm saying there's some games Gomez should be on the pitch. But
that's my point.
If it's a game where we need creativity, run Trent, man.
Yeah, that's the main point I have, brother. And I think because Trent does invert it so much in that, brother, and sometimes like against Spurs, we played a little bit different, and Gomez just took up the space as a right back, bro. It's very smart to do that. But then Richarlison just tried to play off the shoulder of him. And to be fair to Richarlison, even though I don't like him, he did it pretty well. But Gomez was all right in that game. But I'm just saying, man, like Trent's got the attributes to play in both positions. And if anything, his attributes are offered more to the attacking part of midfield. But I'm saying there's different aspects to doing what you want, because you can end up with, you can end up in a space where, I know we got Gravenberch and that now, so depending on what subs you do, where Szoboszlai and Trent's in the 8th, bro, and Wataru's in the 6th, bro. Just based off substitutions, and then Gomez is at right back. Just based on whoever you're playing against, bro. Because different teams are going to call for different things. And to be fair, for the manager, a lot of it's going to be figured out in game, because you can't do it. You can't do it before the game because you don't know. Like Klopp said many times, they changed the way they play. When we played against Chelsea, they changed the way they play completely, just to suit up to how we're going to play. So. Yeah, I don't think there's a problem with what McAllister does. I brought it up because that is the narrative at the moment, bro. Like, there's either everyone loves McAllister or people have an issue, and I'm like, and then they keep doing this defensive thing. Go, oh yeah, but he's not a 6, bro. Like, bro, he is because he's playing there, bro. But we rotate. No, but when we're on the pitch, if people watch, bro, like he takes up the 6 role more than Jones and Szoboszlai. But there's a rotation, bro, because if McAllister goes with the ball, watch where Curtis drops into, bro. They literally just rotate, and then you'll see Szoboszlai ends up on the left side of the 8 instead of the right side, because it's an ever changing, like, fluid system, and we get it a lot in the attacking as well. Salah takes up the right-hand side way more than anybody else, 95% of the time. But you will find parts in the game where you're like, why is Diaz on the right-hand side, bro? Then you'll see that Salah's in the middle, bro. And it's just a small... Because there's not a reason to, like, stick to that position, bro. Salah's not a right winger in terms of, like, Beckham. And if you're not going to get Beckham stuff out of him, then what's the point of him having to stick to right wing? You might as well start there and rotate and however the game goes, bro. Same with Diaz, bro. If you're not going to do the Beckham thing and just whip the ball in, you might as well just be a bit more fluid in the way the game. And that's why Man City gets so much success, because whoever's in their positions, they don't stay there, bro. Like, by the time Grealish got a goal, he's in the middle of the park. Grealish in the middle of the park, Bernardo's on the left now. And then you're trying to find out where their right winger is. And then you see, De Bruyne's not even in his position. Because they keep the ball. As long as you keep the ball, you can do that, bro. And that's also... I'm actually bringing the point up to stick up for McAllister. I'm just mentioning the parts where I'm saying that everything's way more positive. People need to just look at what they're doing in that position. And I think certain games will call for it. Listen, a man can say it's Leicester or whatever, bro, but at the end of the day, it was a grown man Wataru was playing against, bro. And the way he played against Leicester shows exactly what he can do in certain games, bro. I would put Wataru in games where we want to man mark someone out the game, bro. Honestly. If we're playing against Man City and De Bruyne's running amok, bruv, put Wataru on De Bruyne and tell him, don't let this guy breathe at all, bruv. That's it. He'll shit himself, bruv.
Yeah.
He ain't got no time to cross the ball.
I see what you're doing there, because that's not a trait of McAllister. So, but that's not a specific trait to like a destroyer.
Yeah.
It's more of a who has the better covering a guy ability. Who has man marking ability, because you don't want one of your creators being a man marker. You'd want him on the ball. So you want a more defensive minded guy marking a guy. It's a cold tactics. I'm also thinking of running, and I'm only saying this because I've been struggling to understand why people don't understand. If you're playing with two center backs, it's hard to have 6 on the books. But if we're going 6 center backs on the books, we probably can run a 3-2-3-2 formation where, but then it's like, who would be the second striker? Would you have Akpo and Nunes up there, or would you want to have Salah and Nunes up there? Where Salah is almost like the second striker with a free role, whatever he deems fit. But I was just thinking out loud, man.
Yeah, I'd probably have Salah in that stuff, man.
That's why managers get paid a big bucks, man.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is that the problems that Liverpool have this season are positive problems. They're good problems for the manager to have. Because when you're choosing it between elite players and then somebody who's just decent, it's very easy to go, well, just put the elite player in on it. The fact that, we don't know what striker's going to turn up on what day, and then when they do turn up, all of them have scored. I'm like, that's a good spot to be in, that everyone score goals, man. So, because what I've seen, we just mentioned McAllister, what I've seen with Wataru is, I really don't like this narrative as well. Every time people speak of our squad and our midfield, they always mention Wataru at the end like he's just some side dish, bro. Like, we got McAllister, look at our team this season, we got McAllister, we got Szoboszlai, and well, if you want to say Wataru, I'm like, what do you mean if you want to say, bro? He's part of our team, bro. And he's done nothing wrong, bro. Like, the boy's cold, bro. And I know, bro, if man just want to be honest and say they didn't watch him play football before, that's fine, bro. But don't make up stuff, bro, like he's shit, bro. He ain't shit at all, bro. It's kind of embarrassing still.
Yeah, you already know that I know the guy beforehand.
Yeah, come on.
So I'm not going to harp on that. But what I would say is, in a game of football, in the 26-man squad, Wataru has offered more to Liverpool than Thiago in 7 games. Now, you can do it, Thiago's on the end of his career.
That's true, though. It's true.
But, bro, as a footballer, there's 11 men that needs to be on the pitch. And if you cannot get your name on that 11, I don't care what your skills are, because it's not being utilized. You're basically that shiny tool in the toolbox that's only serving one purpose. And because we're not coming up against that type of challenge, you will not be used. You look good in the toolbox, but, bro, you ain't doing nothing. So in our 5 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw, Wataru has been instrumental in that, making his debut in a 10-man Liverpool team. So where was Thiago? And if people should say, who would you rather have in your team, Thiago or Wataru? People are going to say, oh, Thiago every day. Okay, and then he'll just be sitting there in the nurse office on the bench.
True. Sure.
So when you're talking about the game, bro, it's 11, and he's part of the 11 in most games, and he's part of the 20-man squad, and he's doing his job, bro. No one can tell me what he's doing wrong.
No, they never can, bro.
No one can tell me what he's doing wrong, you know.
That's why I think it's embarrassing, bro, because, like, what research have you done? If you get, he's done nothing wrong this season, and then go and check him out before he got here, and then what do you have to go off to tell me that he's shit, bro? And if you can't tell me, bro, then just stop making stuff up, bro. Like, it's part of the squad, man. I don't get it, bro. Like, it's weird, bro.
I also find that every time he comes on the pitch, the commentator always said, yeah, nah, coming on is, you know, Endo obviously dominated Germany.
He's a fucking G. That's what
dominated Germany. Bro, they just keep saying dominated Germany. And I'm just like, bro, relax before you let Germans start shooting up this man's country. Because make it seem like him alone destroyed Germany. You know, like they be doing it like, oh yeah, and Messi destroyed Man U or something like that, bro. That's how they introducing the guy, and then us as Liverpool fans are just like rubbing him off to the side, like that didn't exist, like that never happened, like the guy never bossed up a game before, and he's the captain, bro. Man's captain material as well. But people are sleeping on the fact that we got bad captains in the team.
Bad captains, bro. Bad captains, bro. All I'm saying is, man, listen. Midfield possibly be the most important thing in our squad, and of course, everyone has the you know what I mean their own role in the squad and stuff like that. I think
we have a top 3 midfield in the league.
Yeah, I think only Man City might have a better midfield, to be honest, bro. I'll tell you the difference. What you'll say with like Arsenal, which is a bit of a weird one because you can argue that it's substituted from their number 9, is that the output of their midfield, it was obviously a way more than Liverpool's, but their output of their number 9 wasn't. So that Odegaard pretty much took the space of their number 9 because I think he finished their top goal scorer, him and Martinelli, on 15 goals last season, but their number 9 didn't get close to 15 goals. So I think for Liverpool, and that's why I support the output to success is for Liverpool is it's our output, bro. It's the assist and the goals from the midfield, bro. And I think every time we ask people when a new midfielder go, can get at least 15 goals this season, that's not the requirement is needed, bro. It just needs to be more than what we were getting before. Because where I've got it here, man. Man City 22-23 season, they had 16. Apart from De Bruyne, after that it was Rodri on 6 goals, bro. It's not as much as everybody thinks is needed, bro. But for Liverpool, we had like 2 from midfield, bro. It sucks, man. So already, you know, the man them are scoring goals and assisting. Gravenberch's got 2 assists already for Liverpool, and he ain't even played properly. So things are looking up, man. Things are looking up, bro. I think we can do something great, man. I think as long as the mentality seems back there with the boys, but that's one thing you can't really judge that. You can only just assume on it, but it looks like it's back there. Slowly getting there with the fans as well. As I said yesterday, we need to build the atmosphere back up and that because man, they want to lie because we're Liverpool fans, but Anfield's dead sometimes, bro, and it shouldn't be. So to run that back as well. And yeah, man, just see what we can do.
I think we need to label it because some words or some symptoms, if you don't have a name for it, you kind of just ignore it. Like you know what you're feeling, but because there's not a term for it of like what you're feeling. You know what I'm trying to say? Like reverse racism and all these fancy terms that you know what it was, you just couldn't quite put your finger on it. I think we need a defensive atmosphere.
It's true. It's true, man. I think
forward and winning, it's easy to see.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, we spoke about it, man. They need something, bro, because, and don't get me wrong, I get it, man. I'm not arguing, man, to do just doing up the singing and that. Because I've been in the stadium parts where sometimes you just want to focus on what's on the pitch, and you just forget to sing, bro, because you're just glued to what's going on. Breaking up, bro. Yeah, it's not coming through at all now, bro. Just jump out, jump back in if it doesn't work, bro. Big up honesty. Man said, question to the mandem, do you think Virgil van Dijk is back? And on Mat 10, Klopp said, we play with a double pivot, CJ and Mat 10, and we play with the high line, so there's a lot of space, a lot of room in behind them. I mean, yeah, Klopp's right. I mean, he's the one who sets the stall out, so I'm sure he's right in what he says. But it's a lot more fluid, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? And for Virgil never went anywhere, man. You know what I mean? He just had a bad season, how loads of people have, and that's kind of it. Virgil's the guy, bro, and it doesn't change for me, bro. You know what I mean? People have changed their views on Virgil as a defender. That's up to you, man. But when it's time to jump back on the train, bro, just remember, I'll remember what you said about him, bro. So that's our captain, man. Endo is like a Jack Russell for Japan. Always nibbling away. We can use that for sure. Oh, 100%, bro. Big up Captain Sal. Wataru was brought on to be utilized, not to sit on the bench every game. So play him until he stinks up the place and then take him off. I agree. But Captain Sal, the thing is, the fans made that up, bro. Not that, like, Klopp didn't make that up. The fans made it up. There's like, oh, yeah, like he can come in and just sit on the bench. And I'm like, bro, who said that, bro? Like, even though he's on the bench at the moment, no one told you that. You just made it up, bro. And then everyone just ran with it now. So, very weird. Yeah, definitely do on NBC. They always show respect in commentary of the game because they pay attention to what's going on, man. You know what I mean? Nah, Enver said countryman Wi-Fi, you know, bro. Big up Savage. All right, big up John, bro. Hope you well, man. Been a minute still. But yeah, we'll do a quick roundup, man. As I said, today's show is a little bit different. We're closing on the hour now, in it. So we'll get to that very soon, and then hopefully Zabiri can saw what's going on there, bro. Zabiri, jump out and jump back in, bro, if you can. I don't know if you're trapped or not. No, I'm saying. Let me get up the Premier League. Let's share this. Okay. The Premier League, man. Let me see if I can get this going. Oh, I don't know why that's not working. Come on, you motherfuckers, bro. There we go. We got it on the main screen? Yeah, okay. Zabiri, you back, bro? Yeah, man. All right, big up, man. Cool, bro. Let's get the roundup, man. Zero. Come on, bro. Premier League roundup and that. No need to cover certain games because we already know what go on there, bro. Let's leave that to the Wolves, bro. You know, like that. Yeah. We'll go backwards in it because the last game was last night. I had the game on in the background while I was on stream in it. West London Blue, man. Chelsea, bro. They were in a derby game, West London derby game last night, and they beat Fulham, bro. I have to be honest. Fulham are doing what they've done back in the day when they were in the league, bro. Where I keep forgetting that they're in the football. I keep forgetting that they're a team, bro. And like until I see the fixtures, I'm like, oh yeah, Fulham. But they're just like, and they're actually decent as well. But they just feel like a bunch of nothing, bro. But is it Mudryk and Brozier who scored, and then they scored like, was it 2 goals in like 2 minutes or something like that? I think Zabiri mentioned about the beginning of the show. So, do you see the goals?
No, I didn't see the goals. I didn't see the game, but I expected Chelsea to win. And I'll be honest, like I said, I didn't even see the highlights, so I can't really say too much about the game. I can just say more about like just atmosphere, vibes, and that. I think it's good for them, and I think these are the games that they should use to try to string a bit of run together. I'm not sure if Brozier is going to stay in over Jackson, but it'll be interesting to see how they set up following this victory. But it's a good victory for them. As far as Fulham is concerned, what you said about them forgetting they're in the league, they need to fix up, bro. To be honest, they really need to fix up. I can't, like I said, I can't say too much about the game because I didn't see it or the highlights. But just looking
Nah,
at
that's
it,
cool. That's
so
cool.
Chelsea in the state they're in, Fulham should have tried to capitalize on that. I don't know if they tried to in the game, but it didn't work out. I think both goals came in a minute, so
Yeah,
I want to say it might have just been a minute where Fulham just wasn't on and just capitalized, and then that's basically the game. 2 goals in 1 minute, bro. It's 90 minutes of football. What happened during the 90? So I'm
nah.
hoping we can shed some light
Chelsea
on
with
it.
Chelsea with a better team all game, to be honest. Fulham did their bit, but for this game, like I can't really look into it too much. Listen, Chelsea's been too inconsistent since last season, going into this one. Win a game, lose a game, draw a game, lose a game. It's mad, bro. But at the end of the day, this is a derby for them, innit? So I'm not looking into it too much. And that's what it was so loud in the stadium and that, bro, because they hate each other in it. But yeah, that was the game there. Nottingham Brentford was a Super Sunday game. I know you watched this one, innit? Did you froze? You watched this game?
Yeah, I watched this one.
Yeah.
This one,
Okay.
no. Yeah. I watched this game. It's hard not to talk about certain decisions.
I know.
Brentford, man, they really, bro, they're running off the back of Mbeumo, and for a team like Brentford, that's not really where you want to be.
Yeah.
Where you only have 1 point to hurt a team, because if they nullify Mbeumo, you know what I'm trying to say? It's just not really looking good for him, man. Your boy's over there. Why are you picking up one of their midfielders, I think?
We who?
I swear he was picking up one of their guys, man. Brentford. They had a midfielder or something. Nah, or Sheffield. Sorry.
Nah, yeah, you're talking about Van der Berg, bro. Yeah. He's at Sheffield, man. Come on, you already know about Sanderberg, bro. That's my guy, man. Come on. But yeah, man. Listen, obviously in England, Sky Sports, man, they call this a Super Sunday, bro. This wasn't no Super Sunday, bro. This was just Sunday. You get me? So I don't know when. I'm trying to listen, Sky Sports. Don't be trying to give me this game as a Super Sunday ever again. Oh, not only that, it was the only game that was on, bruv. Man, do not listen. This is why man don't pay for Sky bills, bruv. I can't pay for this, and you're just calling it Sunday, bruv. Allow me, man. Sucks, bro. Biggest result of the weekend. We're getting a lot of these week in, week out, man. With Newcastle won 8-0 last week. This week, Aston Villa versus Brighton 6-1. Smoky settings, bro. I watched this game, trying to keep the mandem up to date in the WhatsApp group while this game was going on. Ollie Watkins was on job this game, to be fair, bro. Like, his goals were cold still. But Brighton didn't help themselves, bro. And without spending too long on this game, I said this in the last Hangover show. I think Brighton plays some of the best football on the ball, but off the ball, boy, fucking hell. They do not change the way they play on depending on what's going on in the game. And I mean, they don't change it at all, bro. If they're losing 4-0, these men are going to pass the ball around like they're Barcelona 2011 regular, bro. And it didn't help them when the press from Villa was so much. It was a serious press, bro, from Luca Dean to Matty Cash and Watkins and Douglas Luiz. Like, they play good, man. And that McGinn they play him in a half space on the left, but he cuts inside. I didn't think that would work for him being there, but it's working out for them. So, but Villa still, they're a little bit inconsistent because this is a big victory for them. But then you won't be surprised if Villa go and lose 3-0 on the weekend. Who knows, man? But good goals, 3 of them, and definitely 2 of them definitely should have been chalked off. But in the end, they scored that many goals that it doesn't matter. But just for the game, innit? Arsenal versus Bournemouth, 4-0 to Arsenal. Listen, this game felt exactly how Arsenal versus Bournemouth did last season, brother. It was very simple. Not the 3-2 game, the 3-0, what they won early in the season. It was very simple for them. Got 2 penalties in the game. Kai Havertz scored a penalty. So yeah, it's kind of saved with Arsenal, man. I'm not even being disrespectful, man. Onwards and upwards for them, I guess. I think they're the Arsenal. Are they the only unbeaten team in the Prem at the moment? I think so. So yeah, they won. And that's the key for Arsenal this season: is win who you're supposed to win against, and take points at home, or win against the big teams at home, and then take a draw away or win away, and they should be fine in it. But we'll see, man. I don't know about Arsenal, but they're not worrying to me, bro. But Do you remember Liverpool had the season what Arsenal had last season? Remember Liverpool had that season where we finished a point behind City, and then the season after we didn't play as much, like as good as the season, and we won the league though. We showed everything up a little bit more, and Arsenal look a bit boring now. But they're getting the victories and over the line, so it is what it is. Everton versus Luton. The result is enough said, isn't it? Everton, after a great win last week. Who did they beat last week? Brentford? It was a great win, to be fair. They were good in that game. I told you, man, these men will make results not happen at all. They'll make it not count, bro, because they won that game, come to this one, lose to Luton, and Luton pick up their first 3 points of the season. And I can't believe that they picked up their first 3 points before Sheffield and Burnley, but did. So I guess I can't hate on it. It is what it is. But for Everton, it's stinky, bro. And they are a part. See that little clan at the bottom when it's Sheffield, Burnley, Luton, and Everton, and Bournemouth. That little clan, that's the clan, bro. And Everton's a part of it, bro. They're a part. So we'll see what happens, man. But they're so inconsistent, bro. I don't know, man. And from what I've seen, Luton still have a championship team, bro. So the fact that they got the victory, yeah. Manchester United versus Crystal Palace at home again, bro. Stinky, bro. They beat them in the week. They beat them in the week and rested 7 players. Crystal Palace. They lost the game, and then 2 days later they said, "We'll just take the 3 points instead." My guy Anderson, you know, with the I'm saying. But what are you saying, Zabiri? What are you saying?
I hated this game, and I only hated it because of you.
What did I do, bro?
I'm a Liverpool fan, right? And I'm watching the game, and you know when you're talking to the men, certain things you don't want to admit, like, damn, he was right. Bro, I'm watching the game, and low-key rooting for Rashford, bro.
Man, like Rashid and that.
Every time he gets on the ball, I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to come back and tell Savage he was right. Bro, I was so pissed, yeah. I'm watching him and I'm like, all right, do something so I can go back and chat shit to Savage. Nothing, bro. When I say, bro, nothing. No good decision, no successful dribbles, no taking on his man, no beating his man. And I'm just like, I'm going to have to come back and tell Savage he was right. And I know you don't get a trophy for being right, but you're absolutely right about him, bro. You're absolutely spot on with your apology to Mbappe. Because
I have to apologize to Mbappe.
Bro, the guy does nothing to help himself. I wanted to say maybe the relationship with Hoyland, you know, there's something positive can come of it, and maybe he's been that way because he never had a goal scoring 9 to work off of. Mm-hmm. I have nothing to defend him with, bro. When I say nothing, it's an open and shut case. Man, just running a straight lines, bro. That's it.
Bro,
that's literally it.
And you know what? It's worse because he's choosing to do that, bro. Like, I try not to question man's professionalism and all that because I don't know what goes on in all the preparation, and it seems like he takes care of himself. He does everything right, bro. But on the pitch, he started to look lazy, bro. Like, and because of what you just said, where I'm always making comments about him, when I watch a Man U game, I watch him intensely, bro, because I'm like, of course he's not as bad as I'm saying he is to everyone else, but I still don't rate him as much. But then I watch the game and I'm like, bro, this kid just runs into people, bro. And like, I'm watching the
thing is, he's actually trying too hard. So he's not even, it's like, he's trying so hard to be something in the game that he ends up hurting the flow of the game. Like, I'm seeing men providing overlap and he's not using it, but then he doesn't take the guy on. Bro, the amount of time he could have just used the overlap and let something come of the game, and he chooses not to because he wants to be the one getting on the end of things or creating
that's the problem.
Something. And
that's the issue, bro.
Neither of the two.
He's become the superstar of Manchester United by default, bro. From them being shit, not from him being amazing. Now, don't get me wrong. Last season he had a really good season in terms of output, but he hasn't. It's been the fact that like the big players have left while he's been there. Rooney left, Ronaldo left, Pogba left, Zlatan left, bro. Like they all left, and he was left there, bro. Even Lingard's gone, bro. Remember Lingard used to be the dancer, and he score a goal and dance and have the thing about him and that, bro. My man Greenwood is gone Spain. You know what I mean? And Martial hasn't reached no potential. So he's just been the guy because and it's like he's tried to take on the mantle.
He's the next one out.
Yeah, he has. He's took the mantle on as the ego because he walks around like he's done something in the game. But I'm watching and I'm like, forget that I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm trolling all the time. He doesn't track back to help his team out. When he picks up the ball, it's like I'm running in a straight line and he's gonna try a little flip-flop elastico move and that what comes off every now and again but doesn't work most of the time. He's got a good shot on him, but he shoots too much. So now I'm watching him get the ball, receive the ball and turn and shoot straight away. And I'm looking at his teammates and they're looking at him like, yo, big man, can't you see where we're I'm looking at Rasmus Højlund. He's like, yo, you ever pass me the ball or what, bro? So listen, man, let it happen, innit? It's not good for the fact that like when England play and Rashford's in the squad, because he's gonna be shit. But the fact he plays for Man U, continue running that, bruv. Anyway, Newcastle, victory over Burnley. It's a victory that's needed for Newcastle just to go under the radar and start picking up points because obviously they started off the season pretty bad compared to what they did last season. But now they've picked up a few points in the last couple of games, bro, and they can just go under the radar and back on track now. In fact, it's probably helped them, the fact that they started so bad, because now the expectation, apart from when everyone starts talking about money and stuff, the expectation for Newcastle's gone down already, bro. And people are just starting to do they are Newcastle and blah, blah, blah. And they'll just run under the radar and keep doing that. But they got their victory. For Burnley, again, listen, Almiron goal was dope. Ishak's penalty took it really good as well. I said this at the beginning of the season. I said it as they got promoted. Burnley, do not come to the Premier League and do what Norwich done and think you can play the same football, bro. It won't work, bro. They will have the odd game where they'll beat a team just because they score too many goals in that particular game. Apart from that, bro, it ain't going to work, bro. So, yeah, man. But obviously for Newcastle, onwards and upwards for them. They're 8th in the table now. They're back on 12 points, and they were like on 3 points not long ago. So, yeah. West Ham versus Sheffield. And again, great for West Ham because obviously they come off the back of they had lost to Liverpool and then moving on to the next game and stuff like that. It's kind of looking for West Ham that the Liverpool one was just the fact that Liverpool are better than them, bro. It doesn't like anything else. Bowen and Soucek got the goals in this game. They look decent again, and they look decent in parts against us as well. So I think West Ham still have it, man. Now I think for West Ham, they had won in the Europa League. Then they played Liverpool, lost. Then they beat Lincoln in the Cup. And then they played Sheffield and won. So now they're on like, yeah, their victories are pretty good this season. They're doing pretty well, to be honest. They're 7th in the table. So, yeah. And then, any more on here, bro? Yeah. So, we got Wolves versus Manchester City, 2-1. Big victory for Wolves. Big victory in just the terms that it was Man City, not big victory in terms of 3 points. 3 points, 3 points on it. They're 15th in the table, 7 points in the league so far this season. Man City's still top after 7 games, 18 points, but at least their 100% record's gone and they've lost the game. So, you know, their next upcoming games, they've got Arsenal, they've got Brighton, they've got Manchester United. Be interesting to what comes next. But for Liverpool fans, for Spurs fans at the moment, it's good that Man City's got them games coming up because either way, the teams in and around us are going to drop points. It's impossible not to now. Brighton's either going to drop points or Man City's going to drop points, Man U's going to drop points or Arsenal's going to drop. It has to happen, so not mad at it at all, man. But for Wolves, yeah, great victory. They played actually really good in the game, and I came and I said after, I didn't know that Rodri missing would make such a big difference in the game, but it did. Perceived it did, man. Don't get me wrong, they changed their squad. Oscar Bobbin that played, but he was really good, to be honest. But Ake and Akanji could not deal with Neto in that game, bro. Very similar to what happened to Liverpool in the first half, but Neto did it all game against these lot. And then Wang Hee-chan scored the winner. He probably should have been off the pitch. Probably should have got a red card, but he scored the winner. and Manchester City lose their first game of the season 2-1, bruv. Early derailment. Let's see what happens next, man. How they respond, because obviously Liverpool lost, Man City lost. How's everyone going to respond on the weekend? We'll find out. Manchester United lost as well. Spurs picked up the victory, which helps them because they stay in good stead in the table. Second in the table, 17 points. Level with Arsenal on 17, Man City on 18, and Liverpool on 16 points. So, hey, man, let the games begin on it, bro. Because we're getting closer to them 10 games of the season, man. And by the time Man City get to their 10th game, they would have played Brighton, Arsenal, Man U. It's going to be interesting. Liverpool's already played Villa, Newcastle, Spurs, Chelsea. So, and we would have played Brighton after the weekend as well. Let's see what happens, man. But, okay, man. Yeah, I mean, that was the roundup. Let's get into Stinker of the Week, bro. Stinker of the Week, man. Run it, bro. Listen. Man, them in the chat. Load up the Stinker of the Week, and then we'll vote on it, man.
Before we start the votes, I want to say something that obviously is directed to you.
Yeah.
You've criticized Luton probably the most aggressive.
Yeah.
Before the season even started. The way you was going in on them, I was tempted to Google them, and I'm like, I'm not doing it. I trust Savage, what he's saying. Yeah, this in the pitch. Shout out to the groundsman, trying to maintain it, I guess, I would say.
No, it's not the pitch, it's the stadium, bro. The pitch is fine. It's the stadium.
No, I'm getting there. I'm working my way up because the pitch is a part of the stadium, so you can't tell me the best part about the stadium is the pitch. Because if you're saying that, what I said about the groundsman, stand big up to the groundsman, right?
Okay.
Stadium stink, so I guess, owners need to fix up. No one's talking about their owners, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's true. It's
so
true.
I mean, the list can continue, right? But then for them to beat Everton now, what are we saying about Everton?
Oh, well, but the thing is, Everton of this Everton more than of this Luton, bro. So
no, but it's not about who gets this the most. It's about Luton should be leaving this league with no points. That's the point. That what you said at the beginning of the season, Luton should finish on 4 points.
Yeah, they should. They've got 3 now, so
yeah. So who gave them that 3 point? Got to be a stinker. Not stinker of the week, but that's a match.
It's a stinker.
You gave Luton 3 points.
That's true. You want to remember that as your stinker of the week, bro?
No. I'm just saying because we have to do honorable mentions in that.
Yeah. But I want to know your stinker of the week, man. I'm actually interested to know.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm kind of biased because we talk a lot behind the scenes and stuff like that. And like I said, the way you talk about Luton, they should not be winning the Premier League again. Just the way you talk about Luton. So once Everton lost to Luton, I'm like, it had to be Everton, ain't it? It had to be Everton to let these men get 3 points.
Had to be. Yeah, that's shit.
So now I'm looking at Stinker of the Week, and I'm like, the men them running the VAR, it's hard not to give it to them, but I'm just like, VAR or Everton? I have to go Everton. Because VAR is going to be VAR regardless. Everton?
Yeah.
Or we're going to say Everton is just going to be Everton coming, 17 and 16 and
I mean, the last 3 seasons. The last 3 seasons, they've just escaped. They've escaped relegation with 2 games left, bro. So eventually it's gonna have to run out, bro. So I don't know, man. I checked the chat stinker of the week. Ends, this is rude, bro. Man gave Cav stinker of the week, bro, for pro clubs, bro. That's outrageous, bro. You know why that's disrespectful?
For convincing me not to get FC 24.
He convinced you not to get it. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Oh, did you not hear what the man said? Cav getting stinker of the week on pro clubs. You think I'm gonna get it now? And the man's talking about, Zabiri can't make the team. Do you think I want to be one that can't make the team? How am I gonna lift that
I'll be
down,
honest,
bro?
bro.
How my mental health gonna be when I know the man them said I can't even make a pro clubs team?
Cav on pro clubs yesterday was the best player, bro. He was good, man. He was really good. Once Cav decided to go,
Listen, Savage. Cav is only in the team. Cav is only in the team because there's no one else to be that. If there was more men, Cav wouldn't have made it. That's what Enz is trying to say.
Nah, that's not true, man. That's not true, man. He was good, man. Once Cav put himself in the six, bro, he was the best player on the pitch, bro. I swear. The only thing is he gets a bit carried away with wanting the ball all the time, bro. But he's the best player on the pitch, man.
We said, man, pressing the ball and the player didn't even get the ball yet, man, asking for the pass. Bro, Cav is only in the team because Enz don't have anybody else to be there.
Nah, Enz has got 7 people in the pro clubs team, bro. So he's got enough
but
people.
If there was an 8th guy,
there.
Cav wouldn't have made it, bro. Man saying Cav is just there off vibes like Everton.
Why are you dissing Cav, bro? I never heard Enz say.
I'm just saying.
You're just making stuff up, bro. I never heard.
Trying to say.
I don't know, man. I don't remember any of this being said, bro. This is your perception, bro. Bejan said, man. Yeah, man, big up Cav, man. Bejan said goal called offside, stink of the week. Gary said officiating in the Spurs game, savage. Man said Enz audios. The audios mixed with Junior Reid. Modern vampires of the city. Yeah, bro. I know, man. I know, bro. Enz said, Zabiri, you wouldn't be good enough anyway. Save your money. Fuck you know. Bro. Hollywood ends it out, bro. Big up Amin in the chat. Hope you well, man. Soon to 8 and 9. I've got on my... Oh, you got your other boys on as well. So what, man? Them man don't have to have trials, bro. They can just get in because they're your friends, bro. Less of that, bro. We ball out now. Come on, bro. Wait, hold on a minute. What do you mean we ball out now? So you're saying that now you got your brethren in, now we ball out, bro. But when me and Cav are playing, no balling. That's disrespectful, bro.
See what I'm trying to tell you about men just getting in because the numbers ain't there.
It's disrespectful, man. It's disrespectful, man. Oh, Bejan said he's getting in.
You know, Spurs can get stinker of the week as well, you know, surprisingly.
Nah, they won the game,
bro. You can't beat 9 men, bro. Nah, but you can't beat 9 men?
They did. They won.
Just saying.
Man said Zabiri is better than Cav. That's... Man said you better than Cav. Ain't even seen you play, you know, bro. Zabiri needs to sort out his connection, bro, before he does anything else, bro. Okay, Bejan. Okay, I see you, bro. We streamed yesterday, innit? Pro clubs. And then Zabiri caught us with no content on the screen, bro. It was all a mess still, but yeah, man. Big up to everyone in the chat, man. Tuesday, what I got coming up next? Team of the week today at ends. Why is it ends? Let them know in the chat, man. It's 7. Make sure you like in the chat come along to team of the week, man. You already know team of the week's vibes. Be interesting because it will be interesting because obviously Man U lost, Man City lost, Liverpool lost. So you know what I mean. Be interesting to where all the players come from. Coming up next. Oh yeah, for myself, Savvy, HUGO Online. That's where my next video drops in a minute. To be fair, I just got to do a couple of reviews. Entered 8:30. 8:30 the game. Let me see what time. Is there any fixtures on today? I don't think there is. Luton versus Burnley, bro. Fucking hell, bro. Man said Super Tuesday in that. Luton versus Burnley, bro. The battle of the... Yo. Burnley's going to win their first game today. I'm putting a bet on, bro. Zabiri, what you saying?
I'm going Luton still.
What you saying, Luton? 2 back-to-back games and that?
Listen, Savage, you know these moments in life where you're kicking a man because he's down and the man keeps getting back up. You're like, for fuck's sake, man, I'm going to have to respect it. Back-to-back wins for Luton. What you saying? Get some money in to fix up the stadium and that.
Okay. Listen, man, if Luton win back-to-back games, bro, big up Luton, innit? Because that's mad. Surely, bro. Listen, if Burnley don't get their victory today, bro, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? But
and it makes sense for Burnley not to win as well, bro. Because like I said, this is all your narrative. So this is where your narrative becomes like clash of own narratives. Think about it. Burnley.
No. It doesn't, because it makes sense for Burnley to beat Luton. If you think about it, both of them still have championship teams. Burnley smoked everyone in the championship last season. I expect them to, if they play like they normally play against Luton, they'll win the game, bro. I did just say there's a few games you'll win playing like that, but you'll probably get relegated. I think Luton's one of the teams that Luton and Nottingham, Everton, maybe Wolves. You can play like that. Everyone else ain't happening, bro. But listen, enter this on at 8:30. Listen, Champions League's on as well, bro. So man, them don't piss me off while I'm doing Team of the Week, bro, because there's some games on I want to watch, but I'm trying to watch Napoli, Real Madrid, and that. You know what I'm saying? Few games on today still. Bayern Munich take on Copenhagen. You know what I mean? Manchester United versus Galatasaray and that. Man like Wilfred Zaha and that versus Man U. Come on. You know the vibes.
Wait a minute. Bayern playing who?
Copenhagen, bro. Have some respect, bro. Danish, you know what I mean?
So Harry Kane's gonna score 5 goals, and man is gonna tell me.
Have some respect, bro. My missus is watching. Have some respect, bro. My missus is watching, bro. They're gonna lose, but they'll lose gracefully. Just allow it, bro. Anyway, Manchester United versus Galatasaray. Wilfred Zaha is about to twist man up, bro. I already know what's gonna happen in that game, bro. Arsenal take on Lens because Arsenal's group is ass, bro. But Arsenal got PSV, Lens, and Sevilla in their group, bro, and you think they're not going to get out of it? Okay. Union Berlin take on Braga, and Napoli versus Real Madrid at 8. Salzburg take on Real Sociedad, and Inter Milan versus Benfica, and then obviously the championship games on as well. Yo, there's bare football on today still. I'm about to have a great night, like that, bro. Pro Club's football Team of the Week. Yeah, man. Come on, man. I'm here for it still. Big up to everyone in the chat, though. Yeah, man, come across in it. You already know the vibes, bro. Join in Team of the Week. Come and drop your votes in. And Zabir, you there for Team of the Week or not?
Nah, man, I'm not gonna be there for Team of the Week. I wanted to tell Enz, I'm trying to say face to face, but it's just haven't been working out with work. Team of the Week ain't weekend, bro, because I'm gonna say, bro, I'm gonna be honest. You know me, man. The man them did the player ratings and said McAllister wasn't the best of the front three. Now we're doing Team of the Week, and McAllister's in the Team of the Week. I'm like, this isn't consistent with just the player ratings. So,
Hold on,
having a headache trying to wrap my head around it. Bro, I saw McAllister in the Team of the Week, bro.
Hold on, McAllister wasn't the best of not the front three, the midfield three.
The midfield three. How you're not the best in your midfield three, but you end up in Team of the Week midfield, bro?
Did he
make it make sense? Yeah, bro. Even G was like, I don't know why he's still there. Bro, go watch it, bro. I'm not trying to call all of you guys out. I'm just telling you. You can't call me out,
bro. Hey, bro.
But Savage, listen, we've talked about this. If you're doing a stream and the stream ended, the best right wing of all time is Best or whatever his name is, and he's not the best, bro. You're affiliated with that narrative.
Nah, that's ridiculous. You can't do that.
That's what I'm saying. You guys did the player rating and said in that rating, McAllister was not the best of the midfield.
Yeah, because from whatever game that was, I gave Curtis Jones man of the match, bro. So I couldn't, you know what I mean? So you stop saying use lot because that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, but I didn't pick that, bro. It's a voting system. It's me, Kevin Ends, isn't it?
I don't know, bro. The vote, bro. I'm bro. Fake votes, bro. Donald Trump. I'm doing a Donald Trump. Fake votes.
Okay, so yeah, you're right. We had Sam Johnson in goal, Dan Burn at left back, Tarkowski and Matip in the middle, Trippier at right back, McAllister in the 6, Maddison, Paqueta, Anthony. Nah, bro, I remember, bro, I argued against most of this, bro, because I didn't want Gordon in there and I didn't want Paqueta in there anyway, bro. And I got outvoted, bro, so here's what it is, man. I told man I wanted CJ in there, but they wanted Maddison on that side, innit? The rules ain't... You know what? You might be right still.
Okay, bro.
Nah, because the rules ain't ruling, bro. Huh? the rules ain't ruling, bruv. And ends, we're gonna have to revise them rules later, innit? Otherwise, I'm remaining silent, bruv. Because last week I got done over, bro. Big up on me. Nah, Pablo's next to me barking at someone. I don't know, man. Nah, but what do you mean there's no rules, bro? It's team of the week, bro. What do you mean there's no rules? You can't have no rules, bro. I mean, I live my life by no rules and that, bro. But we gotta have rules, bro. Never said there was. Nah, blood. This is crazy, bro. This is pure propaganda, bro. So a man can pick a team of the week, but it doesn't matter, bro. Guess what then, bro? You're not gonna find out today, bro, that when I put Allison up front in this team of the week, bro, I don't want to hear no arguments, bro. Just know. I said there's no rules in that. When I put Allison up front, I don't want to hear no arguing, bro. You know what I mean? When I put Trent at left wing, bro, and he only played for 10 minutes, bro. How am I making stuff up, bro? I just said we need to revise the rules, and you said there's no rules, bro. How can there be a show if there's no rules, bro? Come on, man. In fact, you're on camera agreeing with what I said, bro. So, and I've got it right here, bro. As you can see, you agree with everything I said, bro. It's not common sense, bro. You put Anthony Gordon on the right wing when he didn't play there. That's not common sense, bro. That's fake news, is what it is. But hey, listen. As long as I can live with the fact I'm right, I don't need to prove myself to use that, bro. But common sense clearly ain't common, bro. Because what man can just put anyone in the team where they want to put them in the team, and that's crazy. Still, I asked the question. You and Cav agreed, and then you went back on what you said, bro. That's what happened, bro. Man talking about they have to get Gordon in there. Well, take Matoma out then, bro. But one of them had to go. He makes it more interesting. But hey, I'm just a humble savage, man. Trying to do my thing. Make it on these cold streets. It's what it is, bro. Pablo, you want to say bye to the people? Asking about you in the chat still. Come here. Come here, man. Come here, man. All right, safe, bro. No super chat treat for you, blood. What is this? What kind of fool? I respect your football knowledge enough not to say with Zabiri on his. Okay. Yeah, well, I'm not siding with Zabiri. I'm just saying that when it comes to we can't. How can we have a team of the week show, which is pretty much picking based on who played the best and stuff like that, and not have rules, bro? Like, surely you can't just pick the 11 best players and they all go in team of the week, because what if like 3 goalkeepers had really good games, but they can't all get into the squad? So that's my point, bro. I think we need to revise some rules, bro. Otherwise, let me host the show and you pick the team, bro. Because I ain't having this, bro. I'm now Pablo. What's wrong, bro? I'll fight you, bro. It's not a problem. Let you jump on quick. Jump on then, bro. You've got the link. Hollywood End wants to make an appearance for some reason, so I guess we'll invite him on and all that, bro. I don't know if he's coming on to cook, man, and that. Allow it, man. You know what I mean? Man, like.
Yo, bro, sorry to keep you on. I know you gotta run. But listen, I never once said there was any rules to the show. I thought we could be, I thought you asked a question on a specific thing, which I agreed. I'm gonna be honest, I did. But in that moment, I was like, you can't just leave the player out. So I thought we could just use a bit of common sense there instead of throwing in a player that didn't play well enough to get into the team in the first place. It just in that one moment. I'm not saying it's gonna run every week. But we
so you changed the rules just for that game?
No. It's based on what you asked me. So I'm going by base what you asked me first. Next thing I want to say is, okay, we want to talk about the rules. Let's come up with some rules then, what we want to do. No, we never did. We just kind of just ran the show. I thought common sense with the football knowledge that we all have, we could have done it. But now I'm hearing this Zabiri guy talking nonsense, bro. If you have an issue with the show, come on there and then vote, bro. Instead of moaning and sitting in the background and doing nothing. You're the man there that see things happening in front of you and don't want to change nothing, bro. Don't try and diss my show, bro. I don't see you coming up with any ideas for a show. So, you know what I mean?
Zabiri, you had Ends dropping a diss track on you, but for the rules, bro, listen, man, the first time you started the show, you explained how the show's gonna go, innit? So from that moment on, it is common sense. And that's why I asked last week, because I had common sense enough to ask first. I said, the weeks prior to that, I had centre backs who played really good. But because there was already other two centre backs, I couldn't put them in, and everyone was happy to not let me put them guys in. I was like, all right, that's fine. And then as soon as we get to the next one, I'm like, well, fair enough that Saka didn't play that great. So then I was like, okay, then, but obviously he scored a goal or whatever. Yeah. And Anthony Gordon played better than Saka, but Anthony Gordon doesn't play on the right hand side. But if that's the case, I could have easily just went, well, forget the right and left and the centre forward and just go, if you're part of a front three anywhere, I could put you in the top of the front three. And if that's the case, then I could have found somebody else in the league who played good. But man didn't say that, bro.
But here's the issue though, Savage. Wasn't there 1 week where we put Son, Haaland, and what's his name?
And Ferguson.
So we never agreed that a man has to play on there. We just kind of went, bro, these men scored a hat-trick, all three of them. It's common sense to go, we can't just leave them out. No, and we knew, obviously, we can't just play. Haaland don't play left wing, right wing. He plays for the middle. We know Son could probably rotate on a wing, whatever. But we know Ferguson's a striker as well. So I just thought common sense would prevail. Last week, I was like, well, yes, you're right. Saka, based on his position, he should be on the right. But I was like, well, Gordon played better than him, so we can't just leave him out based on the position. We just have to bend the rules or whatever off the rules for just that week. But there will be a week where we're like, no, he was good enough. He has to be in there. But listen, I respect your football knowledge enough, bro, not to agree with some dumbass fucking statements, bro.
I'm not agreeing with the statements. Zabiri's words on his own, bro. But, his words was about McAllister, bro.
What about McAllister? No one.
He compared the player ratings to the team of the week. He said in the player ratings, he said that we said, which wasn't us, by the way. It was I said that McAllister wasn't the best of our front three because I picked Curtis as the man of the match. So then he said, how can you put McAllister in the team of the week then? But my point to that was, because where Curtis plays in the team of the week, Maddison was the best player. So that's why he's in there. So that's not a problem. Because he was.
But McAllister wasn't mad bad, like worse than him. It was just a toss-up who we kind of preferred on the day. But McAllister played really well that day as well. It was just a toss-up on who the man of the match we thought, who had not even a better game, but if we just had to pick a midfielder that stood out just enough.
Exactly. And Paqueta got in the team when he lost. And that, I mean? That's what it came from. He lost.
Still balled out. That's the thing, innit? He still played well. Regardless
he's part of a losing team, bro.
I know, but sometimes you have to we don't want to show like we're just being mad biased, innit? The people
it's not biased, because we're not saying put a Liverpool player in there. We're saying you're part of the losing team. You didn't help your team to win the game. So here's what it is. You lost, innit?
Remember, that's the thing, but it's still a vote at the end of the day. It still had to take 3 votes to over.
I know, and I didn't want to. That's my point.
Yeah, but it's to say that that's the reason. That doesn't make sense, bro. It's a vote, innit? So even if you don't agree with it, if you get outvoted, you get outvoted. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things.
I didn't say it's a reason. I just made the point in the show. I just made a point in the show to tell man that I am not voting for Paqueta. This man's a part of a losing squad. Played really good. That's it, bro. But he did. He done stuff in his own half and on the left wing a little bit. People who play better in the week, but. I said democracy. If you get overvoted, you get overvoted. That's fine. Don't bother me. It's all good.
And I don't like that you said that Cav was the best player yesterday, bro. He had 3 good games.
Come on, man. Come on.
Games I liked. We played 11 or 12 games, and the only good games he had is when we played centre defensive midfielder.
Yeah, we won all them games.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean he was the best player the whole day, bro. I don't like that. You know what I mean?
He was. Yeah, no, but yesterday he was the best player, bro. He was, bro.
That's
you weren't good yesterday.
Yeah, that's your point of view, man.
No, bro. I'll be honest, bro. Like, especially with output at the top of the pitch, you're probably usually the better player, bro. But yesterday, and I'm giving you the caveat that's why I kept asking you. See, Hakim's in the chat because he was watching the stream. Yesterday, you decided to change your player for some reason. Your player was already like perfect the way I saw him. I don't know how. I think he was about 5'10". He was seemingly fast. He had bare skill. And then we played yesterday, and you've got a midget. And he just like, it just keeps like running, but then getting bodied off the ball. I'm like, this ain't even your fault. I'm like, bro, has he got any strength, bro?
Yeah, no. I had to change it, bro, because I weren't getting no passes from this guy that you said that was good.
No, bruv, but, bruv, let the record show, bruv. Nah, man. Let the record show, bruv. If you look at the time before we played yesterday, and then look at yesterday, before you had all the best ratings after the game. You scored more goals than everyone, and you had more assists. And your player was that player, bruv. And for some reason, you just decided to change into a midget, bruv, with no strength. I don't get it, bruv. He was already perfect.
I was going somewhere else to play, man. I wanted to, you know what I mean?
So that other guy that you had, does he exist anymore?
He's still there. It's the centre midfielder, isn't it?
Yeah, running back, bruv. Get that guy back, bruv. He was a G, bruv. The other midget, bruv. I don't know about that undateable youth, bruv. But
hey, he was cooking on the wing yesterday. You got bare goals yesterday off him.
He was yeah. Listen, when he went over to the right wing, he's whipping the ball in and that. But that little period when he was on the left hand side, bruv, and just kept running into people, bruv. So I think run that old player back. Cav, listen, like I said, you're right that at the beginning of yesterday, Cav weren't very good. But up front anyway, because he's missing sitters, bruv. But once he got into the central defense, he was cold then, and the whole defense started playing good. The only problem you're going to have in that position is sometimes he obviously wants to hold on to the ball a long time, and it's getting you mad, bruv.
You know them when you turn, just punch past it, so I can turn and get us on the attack. Man,
I knew exactly what he's talking about, bruv. It's like he done everything perfect. He's looking at your player, then he does that thingy and the drag back move, and then goes to the other side of the pitch. In it, I knew it, bruv. I knew it, bruv. Yeah, bruv. And that's remember I said in game, I was like, at the end of this, man, he's gonna have the highest ratings of passes because he's just passing it to the centre back.
That's the Tom Cleverly coming.
Yeah, fucking hell, bruv. Man said Tom Cleverly, you know, bruv.
Oh, nice. You know what? Banter aside, man. Nice, cold, man. Cav is good. You're good as well.
Yeah, I realized though, remember I told you my strength on my DM, my strength attributes are maxed out. But the reason why I've been able to do that is because when I checked on my when I checked on my dribbling and passing, bruv, this man had only one short pass on and one long pass. So you know when I kept doing them passes, bro, and it weren't coming off. That's why, bro. He can body you, bro. He can body you and he can win every header, bro. And obviously my tackles are not cold, but his passes are ass, bro. Like,
no.
But the guy I changed to, my striker, bro, he was on smoke for the last couple of games. So
can't even lie. Nah, he was moving six outside of the foot finishes and stuff.
Yeah, and then your winger, when you got kicked out, he carried on cooking. Yeah, he carried on cooking. Bro.
Yeah, he's on.
But yeah, man, it should be cold still. Team of the week and then probably play some pro clubs then as well.
Yeah.
Big up to everyone in the chat, man. Big up Amin. Yeah, man. I mean, you don't have to spam in the comments, bro. You already know the vibes, man. I'm definitely gonna get to reading everyone's stuff. I just I mean, you don't have to hit it more than once. But yeah, of course I'm ready for Loki season 2. I have to be honest though, bruv. Listen, in my spare time, I've got a few things to catch up on. It's weird, isn't it? Because obviously doing a review of something sounds easy until everyone realizes, yeah, but I have to watch it first.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. It takes up an hour of my time each episode. So after this, I got to finish off my raw videos for TikTok, and they're getting uploaded now. I mean, I'm sure you don't follow me on TikTok still. You better follow me on TikTok. I don't feel comfortable saying that because it sounds a bit like it's what the kids say. Don't feel comfortable. Yeah, it does. It don't feel comfortable. Obviously, I'm just using it as a platform, and it's working. I told you this the other day, it's working, but I don't feel comfortable saying it, bro. So follow me on that other platform. You know what I mean?
TikTok dance before the end of the year.
What was that, bro?
100% before the end of the year, you're gonna do a TikTok dance.
I will never, ever do a TikTok dance, bro. Ever, bro. Bro, man them have permission to, like, if anyone ever catches me doing a TikTok dance, I'll give you my YouTube channel, bro. The wrestling one with all the subscribers. You can have it, bro. I'll give you that. You can have whatever you want, bro. There's no way that, like, never, bro. I will not be compromised for the sake of trends, bro, and popularity. Never, bro. Ever.
You're on one of them twerking videos.
Bro. Never, bro. But nah, that's not me, man. I don't have that in me, bro. Like that's what. You know what I mean? I don't even want to say big up to the people that are doing it, bro. I think you're weirdos, bro. If you're not a girl, bro, you shouldn't be doing that, bro. And I don't even like the fact that girls do it. But if you're not a girl, bro, you should never be doing TikTok dances. You know them grown men who end up their misses and
Your mic's gone.
yeah. If your missus talks you into doing that, she don't respect you, bro. Trust me.
Let's do a TikTok dance.
The man she's chopping at the gym ain't doing TikTok dances, I promise. So she don't respect you, bro. She thinks you're a dickhead, bro, trying to use you for views and that. But yeah, man, we want everyone in the chat. Yeah, I've literally got videos uploaded in the background, so I'm gonna post my continental review in the next 10 minutes. TikTok that's been uploading right now. They're gonna record some more stuff, and then yeah, later on we'll be back, man. 8:30. Team of the week, Champions League's on as well. Pro clubs after. Big up to the man. There was a couple in the chat. There's literally a couple of people, like 2 or 3. Hakeem was there, who joined the live stream yesterday, man, for the pro clubs. It was jokes still. It's actually deep, yeah, because the man them that didn't stay on after we did the other show, the calling show. The pro club stream is actually jokes, bro.
Bro.
Like I don't understand. I don't understand why people are doing this, bro. Like, you know what I mean? We don't beg for subscribers and that. I don't particularly care. But I don't understand how you can be on one of our streams, bare man in the stream, and then we're literally going live again in like 20 minutes. And it's bare jokes, and you can talk about whatever you want, all the Q&A stuff you want, you can ask. And no one turns up, bro. And we were literally vibing, bro. It was jokes, man. It was jokes, man. Day after podcast, bro. Subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know what I mean?
Same thing again tonight, bro.
Same thing again tonight, man. Man, they were just on there bantering and that and having a laugh, bro. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. People may not want fun in their life if they want to live the serious vibes and that, bro. That's mad, bro. It was, you know what I mean? It was cool over there, man. Big up Hakeem, bro. And obviously we had some paupers coming and last begging to get in the squad and that, bro. Listen.
Hakeem was one of them, bro. So he trying to say
Hakeem. Oh, not Hakeem. Not Hakeem. My bad. I didn't know. I thought he was still not Hakeem, bro.
Okay, let's see how quick
Nah, not Hakeem. No, but we just need to sort out a system in it to get man them in the squad. I don't think we can give him I don't think we can give anyone a permanent place in the squad. Because that won't work out, and everyone's on different timescales and that. But we probably could offer I don't know. Buy Enz's merch, man, and you'll get a month's membership to the squad, bro. Fuck it.
That's how we're selling it.
Merch is fire, bro. With every purchase of Enz's hats, bro, you get a gamer tag with it, and it enters you into the team for a month, bro. Prove yourself. To be fair, it's cold because then you get exclusive conversations with us and that kind of cold still, but.
Just hopefully he can hold a banter still.
Oh yeah, you'll get cooked, bro. If you can't hold banter, allow it.
Steve still.
Yeah, allow it, bro.
Heard Cav go mad quiet yesterday a few times.
Yeah, bro. You could tell when Cav was because he started to take the clean sheets personal. That's why.
Yeah.
That's so. But yeah, man. Big up to everyone in the chat. Again, I told you when. You know when to you know what I mean. 8:30, Endsman TV. You already know the vibes, man. It's gonna be jokes, man. Don't miss out. Don't get shut out. All of that business. Yeah.
Peace.